use the word forgivable or forgiveness, that's for Chris Rock to deal with. This is his call. He could have had the man arrested that night and insisted to the LAPD that that not be the case. Could have pressed charges thereafter and insisted on not doing that to Will Smith, not making the incident any bigger than what it was. Yes, he came out with his own flick for next fix, got about $20 million for it. After tax, he probably walked home with about $6 million. But Chris Rock is damaged. In the day and age of mental illness or traumatic incidences that affects one's mind and psyche and what have you, yeah, you might see him at Knicks games. Yeah, you might see him still going about the business of performing on tour or doing his job or handling his business. Chris Rock will never get over that. Ever. Will Smith apologized. I'm not saying he even has to apologize. I'm saying that while I watch him and Martin Lawrence promoting this movie, and I'm quite sure the reason he hasn't addressed it is because the studios don't want him to, and there's an obligation that you have with them, all fair, I get it. But somewhere along the way, he has to sit down and talk to the black community. You can see all the white people around Will Smith all you want to. Black folks have loved and revered this man for decades. He was the closest thing to perfection, as his friend Charlie Mack once told me, for decades. Everybody makes a mistake. This is not hatred. I love Will Smith still. But you got to have a conversation as to why you did that. And when you're apologizing, and when you're getting emotional, and when you're thinking about all the lives or the people that you've affected, it's primarily us as black people who have loved and supported you and watched you go on an international stage and slap one of us in the face and tarnished an historic event for one of the great black producers of modern times in Will Packer, possibly costing yourself and Antoine Fuqua an Oscar for emancipation along the way. I'm not going to say what you did to the comedic community. Hell, Jim Carrey spoke about that along with various others. We know you wouldn't have smacked Ricky Gervais, Bill Maher, Bill Burr, or a host of others. We know you wouldn't have done that. No apology necessary. I'm just saying, a lot of folks ain't get over that. A lot of folks find it hard to just go to the movies to watch you. I'm one of those people. And I never missed a Will Smith movie. Hitch, Concussion, all the Bad Boys movie from the first one to y'all with Gabrielle Union, who, by the way, should have been in 3 and 4, by the way. Along with a host of other things. I Am Legend, Independence Day, Men in Black, 1, 2, and 3. Will Smith, you're phenomenal. Phenomenal talent, phenomenal actor, phenomenal individual. You lost your way one night. We need to hear that from you. I'm sorry. That's what I need to do before I look forward to seeing your movies again, more than seeing the sit down.
Didn't Chris Rock let a bunch of white people say nigga over and over and didn't say nothing about it on TV? Watch this.
This fucker.
You're saying I'm a nigger?
Yes, you are the niggerest fucking white man I have ever.
Amazing.
I don't think he could do that.
Oh,
what?
I don't think he has those qualities.
I mean,
that I'm
No,
not.
you don't even understand.
Really?
You don't really know him like I've worked with him.
No, like your bit about.
I wouldn't use it anywhere.
No, exactly. These two.
We
use
say
that
nigger on stage.
On stage.
You guys don't. That's
that's
interesting.
the
Two
difference.
teams
That's the
here.
difference between.
That's right. That's right. We say nigger on stage. You guys don't.
but that's definitely a pairing. Who
We
says
say-
nigger on stage? We don't.
Well, you just did.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
You and me say
No,
nigger in
no,
private.
no.
These two guys don't. I don't believe he says it in private.
I've given it up just because it's played.
I don't believe it's. I don't think you've ever said it probably in your life.
No,
I don't
never.
think. No. Yeah, that's it. That's a huge difference between you and me. I think.
Well,
That's what I've said
you
it.
found the humor of it.
Yeah.
I haven't found it.
Right.
Nor do I seek it.
Okay, see, the thing about this shit is I haven't even thought about Chris Rock getting smacked at all. Like, that shit ain't even popped up in my mind at all. As of right now, it's at 105 million in the box office, and it's been out 2 days. So obviously, black people don't feel the way Stephen A. Smith is feeling. Man, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, on the real, like, what the fuck is he talking about? You feel what like, this is my thing. I was telling my boy earlier, I'm like, what if, like, what was he trying to do by saying this? Was he trying to stop people money coming in? Was he trying to stop the money flow? Because what if he would have said this and black people would have been like, man, you know what? You right, Stephen A. Smith. I ain't going to see that shit. So is it like, are you trying to convince people not to go see Bad Boys? Because like I really don't see what you're trying to do. And you saying Chris Rock ain't got over it. You know why he ain't got over it? Because people like you keep bringing it up. That's the problem. People bringing it up because I haven't even heard this shit, bro. I haven't heard this shit. I haven't thought about this shit or nothing. You feel what I'm like? So if you got like some kind of relationship with Chris Rock and he telling you this personally, I bet. But and don't try to act like the whole black community is just hurt over this shit. Like the whole black community fucked over. Like, oh, we can't believe this shit happened. Bro, it ain't never that serious, bro. It ain't never that serious. The problem is Will Smith, like how you just said, been the closest thing to perfect this whole time. And when he got on stage and did that, it's like, damn, niggas couldn't believe that he did that. But I bet it, like, let's go Tupac. Let's say if it was Tupac. If Tupac would have jumped on stage and slapped him, would everybody be shocked? Nah, I don't think so. You feel what I'm saying? And you talking about, oh, he wouldn't have did this to this comedian, or he wouldn't have did that to that comedian. Are you saying Will Smith a punk? Are you saying he a bully? Like, how you know what that man wouldn't or wouldn't do? Ain't Will Smith like 6'4", 6'5"? Like, nigga played Ali. He might whoop niggas' asses, man. You don't know that. You know, and like, again, like, when have the black community been standing behind Chris Rock? Like, when? I guarantee, look, I got an experiment. Go find 10 random black people and ask them who they favorite comedian. I guarantee won't none of them say Chris Rock. None of them. None. Guaranteed. I can bet that. You feel what I'm saying? And if you ask urban black people, I guess black people like me, or like the black people I know, and you ask them like, hey, what you think about Chris Rock comedy? You know what they go say? They go say that's white comedy. He remind him of Seinfeld and shit like that. Bro ain't never had the black community out like that. Like, bro ain't never had the black community like on a whole. Like, he ain't got no big movies in the black community. Like no big movies, no big stand up. Like, he just not big in our community like that. So for you to act like Will Smith jumped on stage and slapped Farrakhan, like I say, I don't see it. Stephen A. Smith, shut the hell up.